So head symptoms are mainly old chronic periodical headaches with hunger. So after eating, the headache will relieve. So until eats, the headaches remain. So whenever the headache comes at night, we must get up at night and for have something to eat. So he has to eat something, otherwise the headache will continues. The headache is sometimes improved by eating. The headache is sometimes improved by eating. If he goes without meal, he has a headache. So he must eat. Sometimes he may go out without eating a meal or anything, so he may get headache. So that's why he has to take something before going out. And the rush of the blood to the head is violent. The rush of the blood to the head is violent. Hot face, hair wet with the perspiration. So the hair is wet with the perspiration with hunger. Everyone 2 or 3 weeks a recurrent headaches. So here every 1, 2 or 3 weeks recurrent headaches. So once in a week or once in a 2 weeks or once in a 3 weeks the recurrent headaches are present. Every time every time the air blows on his head, it slacks up the catara and headaches comes out. So due to the blowing of air into the head, it slacks up the catara and a headache comes on. Either coryza or headache from catching cold. Either coryza or headache from catching cold. So here the type of headache is throbbing headache, violent headache, which is throbbing headache, which is violent and peaking as of little hammer, red face, hot head, red face, hot head, had congestive, at times sweat. So during the headache, head is congestive in nature and peaking as of little hammers and also sweat is present. Here, hungry headache in such have a dry cough in winter. So hungry headache and this patient have dry cough in winter. Dry teasing rocking cough. Dry teasing rocking cough with no expectoration. With no expectoration. If the cough ceases, he has a periodic headache. If cough ceases, he has a periodic headache. So cough and headache are alternative symptoms. So whenever headaches goes and cough appears, or eruptions in winter alternate with the headache. So these are the alternative symptoms. So whenever headache disappears, cough appears. Sometimes eruptions in winter alternating with headache. So either headache or uh, headache is present. And regarding scalp, scalp is cold and wears fur cap in summer, worse uncovering the head. So even in the summer, he wears fur cap. So why? Because scalp is cold and also the head symptoms are worse from uncovering. So other drug is silesia and also headache or head symptoms worse from getting the haircut. Okay, and if you take Hepar sulf, also worse from the cold, worse from the cold, and worse from getting the haircut. Other drugs are belladonna, gronine, and sepia, and psoriasis in winter. Psoriasis in winter, and it occur dry cold weather or cold wet weather, or washing in with cold water, or while dishwashing, and aggravates from the salt. Aggravation from the salt. If you see the hair is dry, lusterless, tangles easily, glues together, so must comb it continually. Continuously you should comb the hair. Otherwise glues together and tangles. So that's why he has to comb continuously. And next, should see the ears. Chronic offensive atoria. Chronic offensive atoria. Thick, purulent, offensive yellow discharge from the ears. So here, from the ear, you can see the purulent, thick, offensive yellow discharge from the ears. Smells like stinking meat. Smells like stinking meat. Continuous discharge. Eruptions about and behind the ears, like sepia. So eruptions around and behind the ears. Discharge resulting from scarlet fever, abscess in middle ear, otitis media, rupture of drum, prolonged discharge from such all abscesses, fetid discharge. So the discharge from the ear is offensive yellow and purulent, thick discharge, and fetid discharge, and chronic prolonged discharge. Okay, then atoria with headache. Atoria with headache, thin, itchiness, and horribly offensive like spoiled meat. So here itchiness and horribly offensive like spoiled meat. Very offensive, purulent, brown. So the atoria very offensive, purulent, and brown, and offensive from left ear for almost 4 years. It may be, it may take, it may be appeared from since 4 years or more. And atoria associated with watery offensive diarrhea. Atoria associated with watery offensive diarrhea, and humid scurfs behind the ears. So this is about ear symptoms. So the discharge from the ear is offensive, purulent, and brown. Sometimes offensive from the left ear. So totally this may be appear about 1 year to 4 years. Atoria associated with watery offensive diarrhea. And let us discuss about the teeth and mouth. The teeth become loose. The teeth become loose. The gums settle away. The gums settle away. Spongy and bleeds easily. Humid, blue, the teeth fall out. So due to looseness of the gums. So why? Because the gums become spongy and bleeds easily. So this leads to tooth fallout. Ulcers about the tongue and mouth. So ulcers about the tongue and mouth. Ulcers as found in infancy, apathy, thrush, ulcerated sore and sore mouth, sore throat, chronic ulcers of the throat, and chronic thickening and elongation of the uvula, and also enlargement of tonsils, parotids, and submaxillary glands. So here enlargement of tonsils, parotids, and submaxillary glands. They become hard and tender to touch. They become hard and tender to touch. And so this swelling due to taking cold, glands of neck or sore. Okay. So here the mouth having the ulcers and the enlargement of tonsils, parotids, and submaxillary glands, and chronic thickening and elongation of the uvula, and sore throat, and chronic ulcers of throat, and apathy, thrush. So these are the mouth and tongue symptoms. Now, abdomen. Chronic abdominal affections with disturbances of stool. So chronic abdominal affections with disturbance of stool. He will strain to pass a soft stool. He will strain to pass a soft stool. Examples are other drugs are Naxmascata and aluminum. And chronic diarrhea, horribly offensive, frequent stool day and night. He must go several times to pass a normal stool. So, for passing of the normal stool, he has to go. He must go several times. And next, chronic vomiting. Chronic vomiting, ulcers of the stomach associated and distension of stomach associated with ulcers, always sour belching and sour stomach, vomiting of blood, and also having the bloody stools. Sorenum has a tendency to hemorrhages. So it's a common cause. Why? Because this is the common bloody stools and bloody vomitings. Why? Because sorenum has tendency to hemorrhages, especially from the uterus also. Now let us discuss about women. So women have all sorts of menstrual disorders. All sorts of menstrual disorders, especially prolonged menstruation. So here the woman having the prolonged menstruation, prolonged menstruation when a woman has passed through an abortion and the placenta has come away. Okay, and also after few days a little gush of fresh and bright red blood and clots, okay, are going days and weeks with a little oozing of bright red blood. So after abortion, while abortion, the placenta first comes out. After few days, a little gush of fresh and bright red and clots are, are coming out. After few weeks, a little oozing of bright red blood. So Every time she gets on her feet, there is new start of the flow. So every time she gets on her feet, there is a new start of the flow. No tendency to permanent recovery. So in females after abortion, after so while abortion, first the placenta comes out. The placenta comes out after few days. A little gush of fresh, bright red blood and clots. After few weeks, after few weeks, after few weeks, there is a little oozing of bright red blood. So whenever she gets her feet on the earth, she the new start of the flow. Whenever touches the feet touches the ground, she is having a new start of flow. No tendency to permanent recovery. If you give this remedy, there will be a cure. Then other two remedies fit for this state are sulfur and sodium. So these two remedies above the state of menstrual compliance, sulfur and sodium. Okay, a marked state of relaxation, subinvolution. So sub relaxation and subinvolution of the uterus. The uterus does not go back to his normal size, and there is tendency to bleed and inertia, uterine inertia. So these are the female symptoms. So here only two drugs like sulfur and sodium. And here you can see the relaxation and subinvolution, and the uterus does not go back to its normal side, and there is tendency to bleed. So a stage of inertia. So uterine inertia is present. And next, stools. Soft stool but passed with difficult. So this is very important symptom. Nux mosquita and alumina and sorina. Soft stool passed with difficult. So you don't forget about these two drugs. So obstinate constipation and hemorrhage from the rectum. So hemorrhage from the rectum. Cholera infantum, often in the early days of the stool, is horribly offensive. So early days of the stool is horribly offensive, slimy, undigested, slimy, undigested. There is vomiting and prolonged weakness. So, and the whole child has an offensive odor. So, in the early days of stool is horribly offensive, cholera infantum, slimy, undigested, and vomiting, and prolonged weakness, and the whole child has an offensive odor. So, generally, the child is dirty, nose sunken, and nose sunken, and so here you can think about antimonium tart also. Sodium causes reaction and cures of brings the child into such condition that a simple remedy completes the cure. So if you give this drug, you can see the complete cure. And in spite of washing, the child smells so sour. In upper self also, sourness smell is present. After washing, it clears. But in this drug, even after washing. The child smells so sour, like sour milk, the diaper, urine, and fecus and perspiration are sour. So even diaper also smelling, sour smelling, and urine also sour smelling, stool also sour smell. So in a HEPA self also it is a strong general feature. Okay, the stool smells like spoiled eggs. The stool smells like spoiled eggs. So also the erectations and flatus. So these are also erectations and flatus also like a spoiled, smells like a spoiled eggs. The offensiveness of the stool is horrible, but not so permeating as baptism. So in the baptism, the fermentation is more. The fermentation is more. So in baptisia, the offensiveness is more than the sorinum. And the stool is thick and clay-like, while the sorinum stool is watery brown. So in baptisia, the thick and clay-like stool, but the sorinum stool is watery, brown, gushing, and maybe bloody. And in Solanum, chronic diarrhea early morning. Chronic diarrhea early morning, like sulfur, urgent, hot flatus, burning the anus, smells of spoiled eggs. Smells of spoiled eggs like, and also you can think here arnica and staphysagria. In China, involuntary stool at night has a black profuse water stool at night and after meals. So the sorenum is the early morning, but in China, it at night profuse water stool at night and after meals. Now, in Sorenum, we find the haste of sulfur. Haste of sulfur, the flatulence of oleandrum and aloes, the flatulence of oleandrum and aloes, and difficulty of expelling a soft stool like alumina, china, and nux mosquito. So in Sorium, these both symptoms are present. It is the flatulence of oleandrum and aloes. So in aloes, while passing flatus, stool comes out, and difficulty of expelling stool a soft stool like alumina, china, and nux. So in these three drugs, even it is soft stool, expelling is very difficult. So these both are present in Sorinum. Okay, then let us discuss about men. There is prostration in some Sorinum cases. Prostration of genitalia, prostration of genitalia, and it is not such an unusual thing in the female to have aversion to sexual intercourse, but man is not often subject to complaints that cause aversion to position. So in man, there is no actual aversion to position, but women having the actual coercion, actual aversion to coercion, or a state of no enjoyment. He can perform the act and he has no difficulty in obtaining an erection. So even he is having no sexual desire, having uh, having having desire for the position. So even he is in the weakness, the erections are normal, and also he can perform the act act and he will enjoy. He can perform the act and he has no difficulty to obtaining the an erection. So it is not a importance, but there is no enjoyment. Then, so even is he is having the desire for position, but his act is very normal, but there is no enjoyment for him. So after this, the importance comes later. Importance comes later. So next step is in this options of erections. So options of erections, parts, flabby, torpid, aversion to position, impotency, wants of emission during position, and prostatic fluid discharges before urinating. Prostatic fluid discharging before urinating. And old gleat, old gleat, painless discharge, the last drop. So the last drop, when painless discharge, the last drop, relaxed and cold genitals, a drop of white or yellow pus after a well selected remedy. A drop of white or yellow pus after a well selected remedy. So here you can think of sepia, sulfur, aluminum, and sorinum. So these four drugs, and sorinum is indicated above all other if 3 is an unusually offensive state of genitals. And let us discuss about the heart of the sorinum. Sorinum cures many heart complaints. Sorinum cures many heart complaints, palpitations from the least exertion, better lying, stitching pain, better lying. Cardiac murmurs of either side, mitral recurgent murmur, mitral recurgent murmur, and pericarditis of rheumatic origin, heart symptoms with general weakness, dusky face, dazzled look. And if you see the pulse, weak, irregular, and rapid, and aggravation in the open air, and aggravation when sitting up, aggravation when sitting at writing table, wants to rest on the chest, and breathing appear and breathing apparatus apparatus by lying down, apparatus by lying down. Here you can see the asthmatic dyspnea ameliorated by lying down, and worse near the arms. So if you keep the arms near the chest, the worsening. So he has to abduct the arms away from the arms, away from the body. Such symptoms are found in very few remedies. So sometimes we may be uh, miss the soreness. And now febrile state, febrile state, intermittent bilious fever, fever from a cold. The patient is so hot that the hand under the covers feels as though the steam bath and she sensation as a sensation of heat causes one to dry it back. And it is not the dry heat of Belladonna, yet it is as intense. It is a steam. He is covered with a boiling sweat in favors head and body hot and hot air or steam beneath the covers. So steam may be formed inside the coverings. Inside the coverings and difficult breathing. So here the chill is not marked, but the heat is intense and the sweat copious. He is almost in a stupor and befogged, bewildered, and cannot answer questions, face red, puffed, and mottled. And regarding quality of the sweat is profuse, cold, clammy, from least exertion. This is another form which comes on in the weak, broken down state. After typhoid, he sweats if he runs in bed after least exertion, and the sweat is cold and profuse night sweats of phthisis when there is that tremendous heat under the covers, a copious hot sweat, mental state as if dazed. And now marasmus, shriveling of the shriveling of the skin, dirty skin, cannot wash it clean. If you wash, you cannot. If you clean it, it is not wash off. Offensive discharge from the bowels, great emaciation, increased growth of hair on the face. So other drugs are natramine, sodium, sulfur, and calcareous carbs. And horribly offensive in spite of washing, ravenous appetite at gross thin, fetid waters would lead one to think Suriname. Okay, this is about Suriname. So, uh,